Ladies and gentlemen, I'm yours truly, the legend himself, Labzy, aka the best motherfucker you ever met in the history of your life, and I can prove it to even though I shouldn't. The most loyal, the most honest, and the most respected. This is the last guest for September, as well as for all of October. And man, I wanted to have this guest on in October because it has been, I would say it's been a year or so. Yeah, I'll say a year since I've known this man. And the amount of appreciation, the amount of thank yous can never be enough for what this man has also done for the show and even for me. And without him, I wouldn't even know how to even progress to even further, and motivated me to be even a better host as I am now. And yeah, and hence why I wanted to have him in around basically just like a 1 year anniversary thing, right? Anniversary. And and yeah, like he was always saying me, "Oh, when am I going to be on the show?" Da 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 da, you know. But then obviously me going to Egypt in October, I'm like, all right, I might as well have him the last guest before I fly, as as like a 1 year anniversary thing. So I'll bring this man in right now. He is he's an artist himself. He likes to mix metal, like native, because he's Chilean, this man. So likes to mix it around, and and yeah, it's just very interesting, and a very interesting genre that he does, especially with his music and everything he's done. Not just he's not just an artist. He's also we'll say he's an entrepreneur, and also what he's doing for local artists in the scene, especially in the southeast of Melbourne. If you are familiar, you guys got to come down to the warehouse as well, Donkeyman Records. But I'll introduce you to the guest, ladies and gentlemen, Simon Cardova, aka Donkeyman
Or
himself.
Cardova. Come on, bro.
Cardova? Okay.
Cordova. Cordova.
Cordova.
Yeah, mate.
I
The
always
greatest
thought it was
motherfucker. The greatest
for
motherfucker to
some
ever
reason
live.
it was freaking Cardova for some reason. Anyway, okay, Cordova. Okay, there
Yeah.
we go.
It's like the city in Spain.
City in
But without
Spain,
the,
right.
instead of a B, it's a V.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. But Simon, thank you so much for taking the time to come and speak to me, man. And I was saying in the intro, bro. I mean, it has been a year since I've met you, and a lot has
Oh, has it
happened.
really? Shit.
Yeah, bro. So that's hence why I kind of delayed you being a guest on my show, because it was kind of like a 1 year anniversary thing, just
Yeah, yeah,
as a
yeah.
thank you. You know what I mean? And but yeah, and I was saying in the intro that the progression of my show has been because of me meeting you and getting to know you, and especially what you're doing, and you being so generous as well. Like, you've gifted me with certain things that has helped me have the progression of the show. So
Mm.
without you, man, I don't even know how many thank yous I can give you for the progression, bro. So I always appreciate you. I always appreciate what you're doing,
Thank you.
and yeah, bro. So I do my part to help out for you as much as I can too.
Thanks, bro.
But this is also about you. So first of all, how was your mental health?
It's pretty mental. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, my
I
mental health
love
is
that.
all right, bro. It's like everyone. It just goes up and down, and you just having to just keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, just get over any mental health issues you got, because everybody's got them. So I feel like it's beyond an excuse anymore.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's got mental health issues.
Mm.
The playing field is level there, so it's like you know, I've got I've got some pretty bad like I'm heavily medicated for OCD, which is probably my most debilitating mental health issue that I've got. Outside of I've got depression, anxiety, all that kind of stuff, but my OCD is the worst. And you just got to learn to live with it. Medication is can only go so far. So yeah, you just got to find out ways on how to actually cope with it, and yeah, otherwise you just be feeling sorry for yourself. You just be trapped away and just yeah, just dying basically.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, well, you're right about that. You're right about you just got to learn to live with it and push through because it doesn't defy you as a person. It's
No,
just,
that's good enough.
it's just there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
and so would you say that music for you has helped you kind of deal with that in a way, or it's the best way to kind of express what you feel on a daily basis?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, music has always been there in my life, so it's like I kind of don't realize that. I didn't realize for a very long time that it was something that I lent on, and then I took a bit of a hiatus, like a break in it for about a year, and I was like, shit, yeah, no, definitely a avenue that I use to release whatever it is. As cliche as cheesy as it sounds, it's not something that I like. I don't do music because I want to release. It just happened that all of a sudden, like I was making music, and it was just a way that I could express myself without even knowing. Like when I started playing guitar, I was just playing it because I wanted to play. And then I found myself playing it every day. So yeah, I don't necessarily see music solely as like a get out of depression card kind of thing, but it definitely helps. Absolutely helps. I feel like that's what music's for, just to kind of help you. It's, you feel sad, you listen to a sad song. There's no, who cares if it makes you feel sad? You're gonna feel those feelings, and music is just a good way to kind of help you feel them. What I feel,
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, because what I've always loved about music myself is that it's such a powerful thing. It's such a powerful tool in a way to not just express yourself, but also to send the message of, either what my world is like or what your world is like, and to make you feel like you're
Absolutely,
not alone. You know?
absolutely, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
So, and that's where like a lot of people are always hungry to find something that understands them.
for sure,
Music
yeah.
would obviously be one of them. So, which raises the question: has anyone ever come to you and say, "Oh, hey, you're Donkey Man. I love your music. It's made me feel good, and I feel like you understand me." Has that ever happened to you?
Um, no, yes, like it's happened maybe like once, like a random. I'll be at a gig or whatever, and I'll play a song, and then they'll come up to me and be like, "Fuck, that was amazing. That really touched me." Different, whatever. But on a broad kind of thing, it's like my music. A lot of the music that I write is, I mean, a lot of it's like comedy. Like it's, I, don't- I've got a few sad songs here and there, but I love to make people laugh. I love that kind of fun energy as well. And so that's kind of where especially when I perform live, it's where it kind of leans towards is just having fun as opposed to being sad. Um, but yeah, like I suppose that's when I was doing the podcast, I had a few people say that they enjoyed it, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, you can still you can still do a new podcast and even do it in that way. I think
Absolutely,
so.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely,
because
yeah.
I know with the podcast cartel, and because I'll be honest, I know you've handed the torch to me, as the CEO, and I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't touched it yet because I feel like I want to get like my trip in Egypt out of the way just to sort of
Of course,
really, and
yeah,
then come back and have a fresh mind and
yeah,
that type of stuff. And really, because there are a lot of people that do want to have their own podcast. They've come to me and said,
yeah,
"Hey, Labzy, I want to da da da," and then so once I come back, then I'll be able to really get heads down and really just jot down, brainstorm how we're going to do it and stuff
yeah,
like that.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
But yeah, because again, look, there's a lot of people that use their art not just in music, but in a way. Like in my case, I've got a podcast to,
Correct.
let their people have their voice and let
Yeah.
them be heard and stuff like that. And a lot of people have come up to me and say, "Oh, Labsy, thank you for letting me be on your show." And I feel so good, and like no one's really heard my story, da da
Yeah.
da, and and it's amazing, and it really helps you understand a different perspective of different types of artists about what they go through on a daily basis,
Yeah. 100%.
and then it's just amazing to me how, people want to be heard, people need to be heard,
Yeah.
you know, and so for you, because I know you like, as you said, you like to help people, make people laugh. You also like to help people in a way as well. For the people that don't know, you building Donkeyman Records, and tell me about the earlier days of brainstorming that. Like, how did that vision come to you where it's like, nah, I want to, all right, first of all, let's work with what we've got, and then we'll work it from there. Like, how did the journey of um Donkeyman Records to turn going from, it was a caravan at first, and then it was a massive warehouse. And tell me about the earlier side, like how did the idea come to you itself?
So the idea for the warehouse, I mean, it's been in my brain for a while. Like there's a lot of people who do similar things. But it was a place that I wish that I had when I was in my 20s. I'm 32 now, so coming out of uni and all that, and I wish that there was a place where I could go and meet other like-minded people that wasn't university, and it wasn't a bar where I had to be drinking, and it wasn't band practice. Like it was like a place where it's just a playground and it's got guitars and it's got mics and it's got a live stage and a studio and everything you want. And yeah, that's essentially why I wanted this. And when I built the caravan, that was kind of the intention of doing it remotely, and like an idea that I had when I was at uni. And I started doing the podcasts in there, and it started to grow. So it got small. It got too small for what I really wanted to do. Between the podcast and recording and filming and all that, I couldn't do it all out of the one space. It was a 24-foot caravan, so it wasn't too big. So when I actually the first person that I'd met in the scene was D Robs. I met him at Spike Leo. He's an engineer in the city out of the Avery Studios. He was holding these squad Sundays where you go in and you'd show your music and you talk. And I met D Robs there, and uh, kind of stayed in contact. And I decided, I was like, I'm gonna. At that point, we'd done maybe 4 or 5 episodes of the podcast. And I was like, fuck, let's get a guest. Let's get D Robs. Let's just get him on. We'll see what happens. He's a cool dude. He's got music. And then from there, kind of D Robs introduced me to ACP, to Richie Ray, to Congo. And then from there, it was like a snowball effect. Then I started to meet everybody. And then I met Taylor. Then I met Gabs. I met you. And from there, it was like, fuck, there really is a community in the Southeast, which is where I really want. I mean, D Robs isn't necessarily Southeast, he's in the West.
Mm.
But through D Robs, I started seeing that there was a lot of people down this way and in Melbourne in general who are almost outcasts of the current industry that there is. And it's like, well, there has to be a place that can foster these outcasts and help them with their talent, because they're all talented motherfuckers. But they do struggle with that kind of, a lot of these people kind of don't know what to do or where to go or how to do it, or they need help, or, some of them do know what to do, but they don't have the resources. And it's like, well, I've got the resources, I've kind of got the knowledge, so why don't I just go all in and just fucking see what happens? And so, yeah, end of last year, I started looking for factories and came across the one that I'm in now. And yeah, by January this year, we moved in, and yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
I
a,
love that.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that, bro. And I love how you still kept that vision as well, because a lot of people, just as you said, like a lot of people have this vision when they're in their 20s or whatever, and then they kind of just like let it go,
yeah,
They kind of just throw it away
absolutely,
like in the trash, you
yeah.
know what I mean? And it's just like, and then, but for you, you kept that motivation of, I need to do something. I need to, do you think it's kind of like one of those things where you wanted to play a role in helping people, not just through music, but just helping to grow them, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so many things that play a part of it. Um, well, one of the biggest things was when I turned 30 was when I was like kind of paused and looked back at my life and thought, like, if I died tomorrow, what am I leaving behind? Like, what is there? There's like three or four shitty songs on Spotify. You know, there's and other than that, there was fuck all. Like, so that was when I ended up buying the caravan, renovating it, and I was like, fuck, all right, I've got this now. So then I ended up writing maybe 60, 70 songs in the span of a year and just released it. And yeah, from there it was just, yeah, then it was a snowball effect, you know.
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that. No, I like that. And then because again, and again, going back to, it is hard to figure out, what you want to do with your life and how you want to be remembered because, you know, our time, as much as we believe we have time, but it's like something it can be taken away. So
That's,
it's
yeah,
like,
100%, man.
and then now it's got to be like, okay, well, how do I want to be remembered? How do I leave a legacy? How do I, you know, how do I use what I have in order to make it? I'm not expecting to freaking a statue or shit, but
Mm.
but
Yeah, it's not
at
about being
least,
remembered. It's just about being,
yeah,
can I leave this place better than when I found it, you know?
yeah, yeah. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
Absolutely. Because I do want to go through your music as well.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. Talk to me about. Hang on. Actually, talk to me about the duck song rap.
Okay, yeah, right, fair enough.
Like, because
Yeah,
I
so
feel like that's the most random one ever, to be honest.
look, it really is, and it's a true testament to just post shit. Just post, consistent posting is key to anything, whether it's music,
Mm.
business, or doesn't matter. Now, in this day and age, if you're not consistently posting on social media, nobody's going to know who the fuck you are. Everybody's on social media, and so you've got to almost flood the internet. Yeah, and so when I started the caravan, I was trying to figure out how to sell my beats, and I thought, well, I could sell my beats. And to be honest, I wasn't really a rapper. Like I didn't rap. Um, and I thought, well, let's try and rap over my beats, but I'll rap to like nostalgic kid songs, you know. So I was looking through, SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, all that kind of stuff, and I came across the Duck song. There's another one. It was just an idea that came and passed. I put it up on TikTok, and the motherfucker got 3.5 million views in like 2 days. And
Wow.
I was like, oh shit, okay, that's kind of cool. But I didn't really know what to do. It's like it was good, it was fun, it was cool. There was a lot of engagement. I got a lot of followers from it. Um, Consistently getting some kind of payment from Spotify, which is great.
Mm.
But it's not necessarily something that I wanted to be defined by. Like it wasn't something like I don't want to be known as the guy that raps old songs. Um, and so I didn't really do much with it. Like I could have really pushed it and really fucking gone with it, but it was just there. It kind of just happened. It's fun. Um, it's pretty funny because when it blew up, my mum's a school teacher, and she would be telling me that there were kids in the class who would be singing the song, and the song's a bit vulgar at points, and so she had to tell them off. But she's like, deep down inside, I just wanted to let them know that you were my son. I produced that, really. But yeah, that was kind of like that was, I suppose, how I really learned as well about social media was that's through that song. It was like that kind of showed me that there's a lot. It showed me a lot. It showed me that yeah, consistent posting is key. If you don't think it's going to blow up, it doesn't mean shit.
Hmm.
You can think about your own content as much as you want. You can think it's shit. You can think it's going to blow up, but really you don't know. So you just got to post it and see what happens and move on from it. You can't get stuck on content. You can't get, held up on, well, I don't understand why this one didn't blow up. Like this one should blow up. I'm going to, you
Yeah.
shouldn't, you just got to move on to the next. Even when it blows up, you move on to the next, because
Yeah.
it's blowing up is one time. Like it doesn't help with the consistency of anything. And then on top of that, it taught me that you really do need a thick skin. Um, it's an industry that is very, I mean, anything that you on the internet, doing the podcast, I get death threats, I get all this kind of crap. And so it's like, you got to realize that that's going to come regardless of what you do or what you think your views are. People are always going to hate you. Um, you know, fucking Gandhi had haters, like all these, people who have supposedly done good things for the world have haters. So you're going to get hate regardless. So it's like, that can't be something that pulls you back either. You can't be scared to put something out in fear of negative feedback or in fear of somebody telling you that you're shit, because who cares?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I agree. I definitely agree. Because that duck the duck rap, sorry, the duck song rap got 77,338 listens
On Spotify.
on Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
which is absolutely like insane as well.
yeah.
And no,
Pretty
you're
good.
right. And I feel like a lot of people are always worried about, oh, is this going to be viral? Da 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 da. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why do you think that people want to be viral all the time? Like,
Oh, because
why do you, and
attention. It's
well,
just attention, right? People just want attention. That's all it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I think because I've always thought that attention is the new currency. To
absolutely.
be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I
It's
feel like
almost like
yeah,
it's like before the internet. It's like, why was there somebody? Why is there a class clown? Because that person just wants to be. Well, they just want attention.
yeah,
Same as musicians. Same as musicians. Like the people who perform live. You say all this shit like it's like, oh, I'm so nervous. I don't like to do it. It's hard. I'm introverted. But realistically, you do it because you want to be seen. You don't want to admit it, but that's 99% of anybody who's willing to go on stage wants to do it to be seen.
yeah.
Nobody goes on stage to hide away or to not be seen. That's insane.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that because I've always said that when it comes to artists that are being on stage, they just want to be seen, and
Yeah,
and then
and you have to be.
want to.
You cannot be in this industry without not wanting to be seen.
Well, that's right, but then you've
Yeah,
got people that are like that want to be seen but don't want to be seen because they've got the masks on or they wear like things
which is
that
totally
really,
fine. Like
yeah,
obviously Kiss did that. Like Kiss, one of the biggest bands that did that, but nobody knew who they were for fucking years. And but it's a matter of like actually putting yourself out there. Like you can wear a mask, that's fine, but make it work for
mm,
yourself. Make sure you're still performing. Make sure you're still putting content up there, because if you're not, then nobody's going to know. So yeah, that's just yeah. And in terms of content, like people complain about it all the time, but it's like you just got to play the game. Same as Spotify. Nobody likes Spotify. Spotify is some kind of big monopoly or whatever, and they care very little about the people who are actually the reason for their platform, which is artists. And um, who cares? You just kind of have to play the game, bro. You're not gonna just because you don't upload your stuff, or just because you don't do this, or just because you don't do that, doesn't mean shit. At the end of the day, Spotify's still making their money. They don't care if you're on it or not. So if you want to make a difference, you've got to play the game, get to a point where you can make a difference, and then strike. And then make that difference, I suppose.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I agree with that. It is true. I mean, it's what's that legendary saying? If you can't beat them, join them. In a way,
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Unless it's
yeah.
the Nazis, then yeah, you don't want to do it.
Well, yeah, no, we can't do that. Um, so when it comes to being a businessman for Donkeyman Records, tell me
Yeah.
about like kind of like the obstacles that you go through on a daily basis. Because obviously,
Yeah.
because someone can look at the page of Donkeyman Records like, oh my God, there's like a stage here. Oh my God, there's a podcast room. Oh my God, there's a studio here and there and there. Like it looks good. But tell me
Mm.
about the obstacles that you go through in order to maintain the presentation of Donkeyman Records.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I've enlisted the help of Gabs. Reality Never Dies. She's here helping me keep it clean. Just keeping me, I suppose, in check, focused. The biggest issue that I'm having with it is empathy. Like I've unfortunately, I have so much empathy that empathy and business do not go hand in hand. Um, you can't be empathetic and be a good businessman, because in order to be a good businessman, you have to trample over people. You have to get as much out of people as you possibly can for your own benefit. And it's difficult at times, because all I want to do is help people. And I understand that I'm trying to help people that were in my position, right? And so I understand that there's no money, that understand that it's hard, that they struggle to get to places. There's no, driving's an issue, transport. And so a lot of the time I'll accept it. I'll be like, yeah, that's fine. I'll do it for free. I'll do this, I'll do that. But it's at the detriment of this whole place. It's that me trying to help people out means that I'm not going to be able to, reach the bills for this place, because unfortunately there is overheads that I've got to pay, and it's not cheap overheads. Like, it's quite a lot to try and maintain such a big factory, especially when I'm so empathetic towards people, and I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll do it for this much. That's fine. That's fine. And so it's trying to find that balance and really trying to overcome that. And it's, to be honest, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Is to I've always been, I worked at cash converters for a very long time. I've always been very hard and blunt to people. I was good at cash converters. I could buy and sell who I closely relate to, in the sense that they're musicians and I was a musician. It's a bit hard, because I know what they're feeling. I know what they're going through. I know that it's hard. I know that it's a struggle. But without the opportunity that I can give them, they can't move forward. And so I just see myself. It's like, fuck, if somebody didn't give me this opportunity, I wouldn't have been able to move forward either. And there's only so many people you can do that to before you start to really feel the weight of the lack of income, So that's definitely the biggest hurdle that I've been trying to. So it's, in music, it's like, if you don't have empathy, if you don't have a backbone, you're just not going to make it.
Yeah.
It's just the hat. Nice guys finish last, unfortunately. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I agree, and especially not just even in business, even with your, because even when I used to work at the car rental company, when I got promoted of being a manager, like I had to figure out how to keep the balance between being a good boss and being a good person,
exactly,
and it's hard to
absolutely. Yeah,
do that. It's so
it's
fucking hard
difficult.
because
Yeah,
it's so hard because you don't want to sound like a dick. You don't want to sound
exactly.
like
Yeah,
you don't want to be the worst person in someone's eyes, but
exactly. Yeah,
what I've learned, Simon, is that that's inevitable.
yeah,
It's
100%.
inevitable.
Yeah,
You
agreed.
can't
But
stop
yeah,
it. You can't stop it. I mean, look,
yeah,
I've learned to be firm but fair.
yeah,
You gotta let them know, like, hey, listen, if you want me to help you, look, I'm happy for you to send me what you've got, and if you're serious, this is my warehouse. It's not going anywhere. Come
100%.
on by when you're ready, right?
Yeah,
But as soon as you step in this warehouse, basically you're my bitch now for a
yeah,
while.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
hundred
because they
percent.
got to understand. They got to understand is that, just as you said, you've got the resources, you've got everything to help them, but
Correct.
at the end of the day, they have to help themselves.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
by you saying, "Hey, okay, you've this is the warehouse. If you want to work, get your
yeah,
ass up upstairs and freaking make
yeah,
that shit."
yeah,
You know what I mean? In a way, without it sounding like you're a dick, but at the same time, it's like, well, hey, you're the one that wanted this. I can't sugarcoat anything for you. You got to have those kinds of conversation with them, which is very uncomfortable
it is. Yeah,
because again, it's going outside your character, but
yeah,
at the same time, man, like it even hurts
got to be
me.
done.
Freaking, you've been talking about it too, because like I love to help people. I love to, you know how I am. You
Yeah,
know how
yeah,
I am. I will try to help everyone as much as I can, and and I always appreciate people helping me. But at the same time, it's like, well, you got to learn to say no, because
100%.
the more you say yes, 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 that means they're just gonna walk all over you, take whatever they want from you, and yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
fucking hell. Something that I've having to deal with. Yeah,
But but it ever should never stop you from being the giving person that you are. It should never
absolutely
stop
not.
you.
No,
No,
absolutely
fuck
not.
no.
No.
You know. So, and you'll get there, bro. I mean, look, I'm happy to, as I said, I'm happy to help you with this type of stuff too. Because again, me
Yeah,
being a former manager myself, like I had to learn to be like, listen, this is what it is. If you don't like it, get the
yeah,
fuck out.
Yeah,
Simple,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but yeah, so tell me about. But yeah, okay, because this is also for the people that don't know you, right?
yeah,
Obviously, there's a few people that know you, but for the people that don't know you,
yeah.
how did you settle on the name Donkey Man?
Well, it's pretty easy, Labzy. I've got a donkey-sized dick.
I
No, no,
was waiting for that.
no. It's I mean, Donkey Man. I remember I was trying to think of a name for myself because I wanted to, I didn't want to use my own name, and I just wanted something that I could call, like I could put to my music. Um, and I've been in so many bands, and it was like, well, I just want something that I can just like an alter ego almost that I can just put music under, and it'll be fine. And was looking, I love words that people don't really know exist for a reason, right? So like little things that you don't think, like the fucking ends of your shoelaces have names, just random shit like that. So I was looking through and I found Donkey Man, and Donkey Man, the actual definition of a donkey, like a donkey man is somebody who is in charge of a ship's engine. That's
Okay,
that like a big fuck off ship. The person who's in charge of the engine is the donkey man.
okay,
And I thought that's kind of cool because I'm an engineer. I do sound music, and then I was like, it's also really good, a really good marketing name. Like I can really think about the marketing side of it. It puts an image in people's minds. It's a really shit name. Like it's like a really shit superhero.
yeah,
Um, it's like a porn star almost as well. So
yeah,
I just thought it was a good name because it strikes that interest. They're like, what the fuck is this? Is this guy going to be shit? Is it going to be
yeah,
trash? And it just gets people to click. And the imagery is kind of cool, half man, half donkey.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I wanted to ask you about that as well in terms of AI, because
yeah,
there's a lot of talk about obviously with AI and how it's going to destroy artists and stuff like that. You've even heard that there's AI artists as well. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
it's it is like it does create the debate. Well, first of all, what are your thoughts on AI in music? Can it be useful?
Oh,
Can it,
absolutely.
is it going to destroy us all?
Yeah, absolutely. It's both. It can be useful, and it's probably going to destroy us all.
Okay.
Um, I mean, AI has been around for a very long time, right? When you think of artificial intelligence, like the term AI is new, but AI is just algorithms. That's all it is. Just anything that's
Yeah.
automated. And so there's always been AI in music, like not always, but within the last maybe 10, 15 years, through plugins, through just anything that automatically does something, and you just tell it to do it. I suppose it's technically AI.
Mm.
In terms of like all the new music that's coming out, I've been thinking about it a lot. There's a lot of AI artists and that, and it's going to get to. I feel like it's a good place in music right now because the music is now getting to a point where it's so good that it's going to be a compliment when somebody says to you, "Is that AI or is that a person?"
Mm.
And then when they say that's a person, they're like, "Fuck, that's cool. I want to listen to that because that's an actual human being." Yeah. So AI is now setting a new standard, just like when all these new interfaces came in, all the cheap gear that came in that essentially ruined the music industry, the ruined the recording industry. Yeah, once upon a time you couldn't just do it in your bedroom; you had to go to an actual studio and pay a fuck ton of money to do it. But now
Mm.
anybody can go to JB Hi-Fi and buy themselves a little simple setup, and it's there. Yeah, so the playing field had evened out. Now all of a sudden you don't need that much money to create music, so it became about the musician and the person, right? It didn't create. It didn't. It stopped being about who has the contacts to be able to actually record your music, and it came to now that everybody has a chance to recording music, you actually have to be good. And so I feel like that's what's going to happen with AI is that AI is now at a standard where it's like if you can't be better than AI, then people are not going to fuck with you. Yeah. And
Mm.
it's not necessarily about the production of it. It's more or less about like the idea. Right? So what have you thought about? Have you put it together? doesn't make me feel something, doesn't make me do this and that. Because AI can absolutely do that. I mean, AI, there's songs that are now that, like, I don't know if you've seen the 50 Cent cover that they did with through AI, Many Men. They've done with like 1950s soul jazz. It's fucking incredible. And it's all purely AI. And it's like, fuck, this is dope. But if somebody like, and so now it's like that, we know that they can produce that, but so can human beings. We know human beings can produce that. And now it's a matter of like, can you get it to that point where AI has gotten it? If so, then people are still going to listen to your music. Nobody really wants to listen to AI. People listen to it for the gimmick. People listen to it because it's fun. Sure, some people might listen to it because they like it, but at the end of the day, it's just another person that you're competing against.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I see that because I would say that even AI can be a big help as well, especially when it comes to writing lyrics too. Like if you're trying to find a bar or something, like you can use the power of AI to help you with that,
Oh,
you know.
100%. Yeah.
And
Coming up with things to
it's
rhyme with. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because it's how you use it at the end of the day. If and I tell this to people all the time, especially when something new comes into the world and changes the world, if it falls into the right hands, it's going to be used correctly. If it falls in the wrong hands, it's going to be used incorrectly.
Correct.
It's
Yeah.
always been like that for the
Yeah.
freaking hundreds of years,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to technology.
Yeah.
So, okay, so would you say that you're for or against AI, or you're kind of in the middle?
Well, I don't think it really matters what I think because it's going to happen regardless.
Mm,
So it doesn't really matter whether I think it's good or not. It's just, I know it's going to happen. And so therefore I've got to learn about it. I've got to use it because if I don't, somebody else is going to use it, you know? Like I suppose that goes into being a good businessman is like, never put your pride before profit. Something that I was
mm,
taught at Cash Converters is that you never put your pride before profit. And so what that means is that if you don't like something, that doesn't mean that you should not do it. So if you don't like something, but you know it's going to make you money, you've got to do it, despite the fact that you don't like it. Just like AI, just because you don't like it, if you know that it's going to make your music do well or it's going to help you, just fucking use it.
mm.
Get off your high horse and just use it. Like it's just another tool. Just obviously don't go ripping AI and then call it your own music because it's not. You know,
Yeah.
you can go now and get samples. Like you can get AI to generate you brand new samples that nobody's ever used before. There's
Mm.
nothing wrong with that. Like that's
Yeah, that's right.
totally fine. It's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's AI is just kind of everything that we've already done
Yeah.
in one
But just
place.
digitalized, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Wow.
don't think
Okay.
it's. Yeah. I just think you just gotta do it, man. You gotta jump on the bandwagon. You have to. Like it's AI is moving so fucking quick. Like it's insane. Like the start of this year, there was none of this fucking AI music shit. Now there is. So it's like, what's
Yeah.
going to happen next year?
Yeah.
You
And the
know,
year after that and the year after that, it's
100%.
constantly changing all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's so you may as well just get on it now, learn as much as you can about it, use it, see what happens, and yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
if you don't like it, just go back to what you were doing before. Simple.
exactly. Yeah,
Because as
yeah,
you said, eventually people are going to get sick of the AI thing and they want something original and then they'll go back to what's actually original,
hundred
you
percent.
know?
Yeah, yeah. They'll
So
they'll they'll want to be like, yeah, fuck, this actually came from another human being. That's dope.
mm,
It's different.
it
You
is.
can't break that human to human connection. I
That's
think
right.
AI can definitely um it can definitely manipulate emotions, and it can absolutely put emotions into songs because emotions are just chemical imbalances. Like they're just chemicals in our body. So it totally
Mm,
understands like what it needs to do in order to make you feel those feelings.
mm.
But the person on the other side is going to know that it's not coming from a genuine place. It's just coming from a computer. And so I feel like people will start to seek that.
Yeah,
And when they
of
find
course.
musicians that are matching AI, then it's like, yeah, that's fucking dope.
Because I remember when Photoshop used to be a thing, right?
Yeah,
And everyone's like, "Oh, is this real or is this photoshopped?"
yeah, yeah,
This is
100%.
AI is
It's
the
a
new
new Photoshop.
Photoshop.
You're so right. Yeah, but it's a good point.
Yeah. We'll say DJ Ron. You say Ron, shout out to Ron. These are
The
the
advantage is that
advantages that you know both the old school and new school. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's all
I
good. I
agree
mean,
with that.
old school is good to know because it's what people are familiar with, and new school is good to know because it's what's new. It's what you got to know. So if you can blend both old school and new school, you'd be doing something good.
Yeah,
But
of course.
you can't just be doing old school or you can't just be doing new school. You got to morph them together so that there's some familiarity and there's some innovation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, I wanted to ask, what do you think is missing in the Australian music scene?
audiences.
Yeah,
We've got fuck all people here.
yeah,
We've got 28 million people in Australia and there's 350 million people in the US. And so when you go 5% of Australia, is fuck all compared to 5% of the US.
yeah,
And so when you want to go and do a tour in Australia, there's only so many cities you can go to. We've only got, I don't even know how many states we've got, like 7 states, or 6 states,
yeah,
whatever. America has 50. So as an artist, it's fucking hard to maintain your live situation here, um, because you could gig for a year in Melbourne and you could probably run through everybody who's going to come to a gig.
yeah,
And then you go to Sydney, same issue. So whereas in America, you could gig forever and you would never run out of people. There's just so many fucking people there. Uh,
yeah,
and so it's a real shame that it's a small population for such a big land. But in saying that, I mean, we're all online. And so you really got to understand how to market yourself internationally, you know. But yeah, in terms of what's missing in Australia, I think audience, like a dedicated audience who is actually into music. Um, yeah, like if you were to weigh up, let's say 5% of Australia are fully into music and will go out every night and go do it, and 5% of America are the same. The numbers are different. Like it's millions different. So
yeah,
yeah, it's just a matter of trying to find out how to combat that, I suppose, without actually leaving this country, because that's the one thing that I fucking hate is when artists leave this country to go and make it in America. It
mm,
does my head in because it's like we've got such a great country. I totally get it. Like I get it because there's more people over there. It's easier, but obviously there's also more people doing it over there. So you're up against more people as well.
yeah. It's a
So
bigger competition. It's a
it is,
bigger,
yeah.
yeah. Like it's like, okay, I'm a rapper. It's like, yeah, so are freaking a
So is
million
half
people that I
America.
know.
Yeah,
You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah,
And it's no, but you're right. It is a shame. Like, we've got such a big land with so little population in a comparison to the US,
yeah,
and you know, I mean, we can have like good experiences with tours and everything like that. We just need the people. That's all
yeah,
it is. We
yeah,
just need the people basically to fill up. We need to fill up Donkeyman Records when there's a stage there. You know what I mean? We're going to
yeah,
fill up, a Kindred Band room, or we're going to
yeah.
fill it up because I feel like if it's not a major artist that comes to Australia that fills up the room, it's not going. No,
It's not gonna happen.
you probably won't even get not even 100 people, not even.
Yeah, yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and to me that's kind of sad because I mean, let's just be honest. Like, I mean, if everyone's not as committed as they used to be anymore.
Nah,
Everyone's
since
committed to
COVID,
other
bro.
things, which is
Since
which is
COVID happened, man, it's completely fucked everyone up. People are so scared now that it's going to happen again that I don't know. It's all fucked.
yeah,
It's
man.
all
It's crazy. Reggio Run says it bothers me too that we have to go out and be accepted back here. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You can never get a truly homegrown. Well, you can, but yes, it's annoying that that's what people think that has to happen.
yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
it's
and you can
freaking
just
it's freaking ridiculous.
stay here, and it's hard, but you know
It is what it is. Yeah,
that's the game. You got to figure it out.
yeah, yeah. But we're doing our best. We're doing our best. But I would
100%.
say, but I would say, like, again, with the power of social media, it does actually gives us good help to get exposure of, us being in Australia, and if we've already got like people in the US that are, looking at our stuff and appreciating what we do, and that's already a massive hit right there. Like, again, going back to with my show, like all the connections that I've built in the US,
Yeah,
because of this, you
yeah,
know, and it's
yeah,
just like me being in Australia and stuff like that. It's like, man, we gotta go, we gotta get you to come to America and
yeah,
da da da.
100%. Yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
it's a great help. It's a great
It
help.
is.
That's why I never rely on this shit, never.
Yeah, yeah,
Because at the end of the day, like, I'm just another guy.
yeah.
I'm not anything special.
No.
So, but I want you to tell me about you performing on stage, right? Because I've seen
Yeah.
you perform multiple times on stage. Tell me about your thought process. How do you mentally prepare before jumping on stage?
So with my songs, I mean, everything, like, I think about how, like, big artists, how do they look when they're on stage? And it's like they never miss their lyrics. They know they know everything. They know they're on point. Everything's second nature to them. And so it's like, well,
Mm,
before I go on stage, I've got to make sure that I'll listen to my songs on repeat for like a week,
okay.
um, so that it gets to the point where I can just say that, like, I can just do it without even thinking about it. Like, it just becomes complete second nature. And it drives me insane because you've got to listen to your songs over and over and over again. But that's the game again. If you want to go up on stage and kill it, you have to practice. And
Yeah.
so the biggest thing is that I practice. I make sure I practice before I go on. And then when I'm there, it's like I got to get into some kind of headspace where it's like, it's fucking hard to do, but it's essential is that you got to think that you're the best fucking person ever. That you got the best performer, that you're going to fucking kill it. It's like the only mindset that you can really do that, because if you start to second guess yourself, you start to forget things, you start to make mistakes. And so if you just go out there and almost like I just got to take the role of Donkeyman and be like, all right, I'm Donkeyman and I'm gonna fucking kill it. And yeah, I've just got to. If I make a mistake, nobody's gonna know. Nobody knows my songs well enough as well as I do. So
Mm,
if they do know, they're not gonna care unless I make a
mm,
big deal out of it. Unless they'll be like, oh no, let me start again. Oh no, fuck. Oh, if I just keep doing it, nobody cares. It, if you're confident, if it's just about. It's all about headspace. It's all about just getting yourself out of this imposter syndrome shit. Like, we all suffer from imposter syndrome. I suffer from it, intensely, where it's like people are gonna fucking catch me out. People are gonna know. Like, if I didn't talk myself up, I would go on stage thinking like, "Fuck," people are gonna realize that I'm shit. People are gonna
mm.
realize that I'm actually not that good of a guitarist, or I'm not that good of a rapper, or whatever. So when I start to think that, I start to make mistakes. I start to doubt myself, and so I've got to really fucking think to myself like, yeah, no, I'm gonna fucking kill it. It's gonna be the best show I'm ever gonna do. You know,
Mm.
this is the best shit I'm ever gonna do. And then before I know it, it's done, and it's like, all right, cool. And then I'll go back and I'll make sure that I record my whole set and I'll watch it. I'll watch it over and over again, and I'll try and work out what did I notice that was wrong, and it's a lot. And then you gotta. It's always good to as well to watch it with somebody else, because then you start to watch it through their eyes and their ears, and then you can actually really, it makes you feel uncomfortable when you're watching yourself, let alone with somebody else. And so you start to really analyze yourself, and I think that's a good thing. Despite you're going to hate it, but I think it's a good thing to watch yourself with somebody else and figure out what it is that you can do better.
Mm.
And then even if it's just one thing, you just look at one thing, and then the next show you try and make that one thing better. Um, I think that's probably the best. That's what I do anyway when I play live. It's something that I used to play live in bands all the time, and then I stopped for a very long time. And then last year, December, I'd done it for the first time. I'd done it first time in like maybe 5, 6 years, where I played guitar, sang, and rapped at the same time. I'd never done that on the stage ever, and that was like, it was pretty fun for me, because it's like, yeah, I don't know, I just enjoyed it because I'd never done it before. It was like, yeah, this is cool. There was no expectation. There was no, and then from there, once you do it the first time, then you're like, "Fuck, am I going to top it? Is it going to be better than last one?" But you're just going to not care. You're just going to be the best at the time.
Yeah.
Pay
Okay, I
yourself with the
like
best
that.
thing.
I am curious why the hiatus? What made you take a step back and take a break for a while? Is it because like you did you lose the love for it and then like then the spark came back? Like speak on that.
So I was in bands. I was in band for a while during school, and then when that band broke up, I just stopped performing, and I started getting into engineering and producing a lot more. And then I got work at Master Street Studios. Like I was renting out one of their rooms there, and I was there for about a almost a year, and then I just got hit with some pretty bad. I got depression for the first time. Depression, like I got diagnosed with it the first time, and then medicated, and I just thought, no, fuck, I've got to stop this. This is too much. And so I just quit. I quit music in general. And then for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, I just didn't do music at all. And then a good friend of mine, Nero, contacted me asking me if I was still doing music because he wanted to record some songs. And I was like, fuck, I'm not, but I'm like, I could do it. I'm happy to do it. I've still got the gear. And he came round and it was in my mum's house in my old bedroom. I had all my stuff set up. I set it up for him and we did it and I fucking loved it. I fell in love with it. I was like, fuck, bro, why did I stop doing this? I was like 28 or something. And then from there, I was like, yeah, I just want to keep doing this now. I'm glad that I stopped it because it made me realize that I fucking love it. So yeah, ever since then, that was pretty much mental health issues why I stopped. And it was it was stupid, but it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So you can say that Nero basically brought you back.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. And he was the
Right.
first person that I recorded in the caravan. Um, and yeah, but to be honest, I haven't actually fucking seen that guy for a year for years now. Actually, he's moved out on the other side. He's in the west now, I think. But hopefully he'll come back. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. And because freaking Instagram has done an hour freaking cap with their lives again.
Oh,
So I know, don't ask. But we will wrap this up.
yeah.
So by asking the final question, what is next for Donkey Man?
What is next? Well, I've got a show on the 10th of October that people will come and watch. That's in Brunswick. The flyer is on my Instagram feed, so you can go check that out. But in terms of what's next, I mean, I'm just going to be really pushing this place as much as I can. I've got I've got to actually talk to you about it, but I've got some podcast ideas for myself. Start kicking off my podcast again, and yeah, I've got an album coming out. I'm writing an album, so stay tuned for that. That'll come out soon. But yeah, man, that's you just keep plugging away doing what I'm doing, you know.
I love that. I love that, Simon. And I just want to let you know, man, you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank
Okay.
you, thank you. You too,
You're
bro. I appreciate you.
you're
You're a legend.
Thank you, bro. And I really mean it too. As I said, bro, in the beginning, man, like of my progress in the show, man, it was all because of you, man, and your
Thank you.
motivation and everything like that. And what you're
Yeah,
doing
no,
is absolutely incredible, bro. So keep doing what you're doing, man. And I'll say this exactly like I tell everybody else. If you're doing what you love doing,
yeah,
and you're getting results, whether it's minor or major, you are a successful person. So you are successful.
100%. Yeah, success is the journey. It's not the outcome. Yeah,
Exactly right.
yeah.
All
That's
right.
something that I read the other day. Easy,
Yeah. Well, sir, I will speak to you most likely when I come back from Egypt.
easy.
And
Yes. Enjoy
so,
your holidays.
oh man, I'm excited and it's becoming surreal. First time in
Yeah, no,
25 years. So,
wow, no shit.
yeah, bro. So,
Make sure you bring back a piece of the pyramid for me, man.
you know how many people have said that to me?
Ah, fuck. All right. Well, make sure you bring back
I'll bring back a piece of Anubis for you.
a Jew for me. I want my own
Oh
Jew.
Lord. But
Don't
yeah, I
ban
want
me,
to
you
say
know.
thank you so much for the people that have joined in, and please go support Donkey Man and everything what he's doing. And yeah, if for any all the local artists, please, if you're in the southeast or not, even if you're willing to travel to go to Roeville, please contact Donkey Man. And if you want to get your music heard, you got to take it seriously too. And
Absolutely.
and and then he'll be able to help you. We've got the resources, we've got everything. And stay
Absolutely.
tuned for more. Simon, you enjoy the rest of the weekend, sir, and I'll see you when I get back.
Thank you. You
All
have a
right,
good
see you
day.
guys.
Peace.